Merrill here. Welcome back to Prairie Wings. And as you can see, we're not in the shop today. We're on a little adventure. So in this video, what you're going to get to see is a friend's really rare cars, really cool cars, as well as his uncle's cool car. And we're actually going to pick up a scope from him. And I really appreciate you joining us on this little adventure. All right, I'm here with my friend Dave now. I've known a Dave for many years through the race stuff, and then like 28 years ago, I guess, we were out here. I don't remember you at that time, but...
You want to look at this before I haul everything out?
I think I'm just super excited about it.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, look at that. A gas analyzer, too.
You want that too?
Oh, I don't know. What is it called? Like, not really.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's sweet.
That's for you too? No, I'm just going to tell you to get my skinny side.
Get your what?
My skinny side.
Oh.
Are you okay that we're recording?
Puppy?
Well, you would kind of said before.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet.
If you wanted, we could throw it on the trailer.
No. I want it, but I gotta say no.
Oh, well, it'll be here if you change your mind.
What is it?
Well, it's an old vehicle analyzer.
Right
behind the seat.
Oh, that shelf kind of deal.
Yeah, I wonder if we can stick that.
Probably good.
I'm short on one end. You don't have that problem.
No, but your size is more versatile with life. I sit in everything and look like an ogre.
So, is this one of the first times you've ever left home?
Yes. No, do you remember the last time I was out here?
You were in school and I wasn't?
No, you'll remember when I tell you the story. Do you remember the guy that came out here and was catwalking the YZ490 and destroyed it and had to buy you new plastics for it? 28 years ago we figured out.
28 years ago.
That was me.
That was you.
I wrecked your YZ490, but you
Well,
got
I did
a whole,
have one.
Yeah, you had a whole new set of plastics after I was done with it.
And then you quit motorcycles.
No, I have empty helmet syndrome. I quit a couple years ago when I crashed my big street bike.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, to have that. Wow.
I ended up with that fairly reasonable.
How large of throw can you get on this?
Well, I think if you take the gap out, I can do 24 inches.
So do you have a 3-jaw?
Yes. That's on the end of the bed.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. And you have a hoist for it too. Beautiful. Huh. I may have to bug you sometimes for this. I'll rent it off of you.
Well,
You got a nice big mill here.
yeah, but there's no quill on it.
Okay.
It's just the knee.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit to, when you're doing drilling, it's kind of nerve-wracking the first little bit because
Okay.
you don't know how much pressure you're putting on stuff. And
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. That's beautiful.
There's a lot of YouTube videos on how to properly do stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah. Just put a gear in here and no. You're inventive.
So that
Yeah.
whole back slides, like you can take the head off
Yeah.
and the whole back comes over the front. And then I got stuff up there that you can run splines on gears and on shafts and stuff.
Okay. So you're also a motorbikeaholic.
Not as bad as Rod. Most of these actually were Rod's at one time, and he started thinning the herd out a little bit. I like the weird ones.
So do you have your eye on more over there?
A couple, but nothing. Well, yeah, some of them I just don't.
Yeah. I love that little trike. That is awesome.
Well, my kids started out on that, so.
That's awesome. Beautiful shop. So tell me about this build. Come on, let's look at
Oh, the
what we got
Chevy.
going on. You had to obviously do rockers and
Yes.
cab corners.
This side here, the other side, the door worked out really good. I don't have that body line in very well on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
This one here, I had everything welded and looking nice. And I closed the door and I didn't put the rocker in quite right.
Yeah.
And it was in too far.
Yeah.
So I ended up cutting it out and that's as far as I got now. So
Fair enough. Things happen when you're doing stuff. Yeah, no. It has the deluxe interior. That's the right door panel.
it's a hodgepodge of two different vehicles. So
Okay, cool. And so this is the LS swap.
yeah.
Yeah. And then, so how are you going to come with the pipes?
I don't know yet because I got to move my radiator back. Because if I cut this and move it back into the truck, I can get my intercooler in between the rad support and the truck radiator. So I was going to do that, and that's going to dictate whether I've got to cut this and shorten it and bring it around, or
Where are you mounting your turbos? You like?
kind of thinking right over in this area.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty sweet. So LQ4?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. So that ended up snowballing a little bit. So
But it's nice disc brakes.
yeah.
Yep. Nice. No, nice job. This looks great.
So it's coming.
Yeah, that's cool. Man, your trailing arms are in nice shape. Were those the stock ones?
Yeah.
Wow. This thing was rust free, eh?
That part was, yeah. The rest of the truck wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Nice. Okay, so the Ford project.
yes.
Let's talk. Okay, so the chassis is out of
2000 Super Duty.
2000 Super Duty. And what is it, a 79?
77.
77 cab. And so you're just building a beautiful, nice driver with the modern diesel in it.
Yeah.
So we had talked about the Firewall and cab stuff. Did that look like it might work?
We
or-
did. So I cut the mounts off of the frame
Yep.
and I narrowed them up and put them back where they should be.
Yep.
And the Firewall, I just kept cutting until it fit, like you said.
Yeah.
I haven't got to the part to actually
Put the tin in,
put the tin back in.
but it should work good for you.
It's going to work pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think so anyways. I haven't got that far.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if that's how you would have cut it. I didn't quite know what I was
Yeah,
doing.
yeah, no, exactly. I mean, and it's a flat Firewall. The Firewall that you're cutting out of the other truck is not.
No, it's got a good hump in it and stuff.
Yeah, so basically you can fit it in there, trace around, and just clean up the edge and weld it in. It should be pretty...
You make it sound simple.
Well, it's not hard, it's time.
In my head, this was done already. So-
Yes. But are you glad you did this modification?
Yeah. Well, the cab had to come ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was no getting around it.
Yeah, no.
So-
and I think that's the easy way, is to use parts of both trucks and make them marry.
Well, and from what I was looking online before I started this mess, the other guys were using like the 6-liter trucks.
Yep.
And I think they must be shorter with the turbo moved up further into the valley, because I don't believe they had to cut the firewalls out of them to get everything centered.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Well, it looks good in here, and when it's done, it's going to look, peel the sticker off and put something that says 76, you said?
yeah.
Yeah, instead of 99
Yeah.
whatever on it, and you'll be
So
good to go.
I got the rads and stuff pretty much mounted.
Yeah, it looks good.
So,
Looks really good. So how wheelbase?
like when the box goes on, I think they're about 2 inches too long.
Okay, so you're going to shorten the frame?
No,
Why not?
I don't want to get into that. I'm looking at a newer dually box to put on it. See if
Oh
it'll
yeah,
work.
you were saying that.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but even if I don't think I'll worry about that little extra gap in there. I don't know if you'll notice it. There is a guy that he's got a whole kit for this,
Okay.
and he's done it kind of neat. He slides stuff over the frame, and it shows you where to cut and all the brackets to bolt it back. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to start redoing drive shafts, and
So in other words, by the end of this job, it'll be done.
probably. Well, I'll have to see. When I measured it, it was a couple inches longer
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work with the cab placement and stuff now, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see how that goes. There was a guy up in Sexsmith had a box with this exact paint job for sale.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to drive up there to go get it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So the box for this truck, what shape is it in?
It's bad.
It's bad, eh?
bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a pretty decent, like this would be cool to drive just like this. Because this actually has, like for something that you're building the way you are, it's, we'll call it good patina, right? Like
Yeah.
it's totally, could hide everything. Like I would leave this on it.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Oh, the moss.
I'd leave the moss on it. Yeah, that is some good moss.
Even around the cab lights and stuff, if they weren't all busted up.
Oh
it looked
yeah,
kinda neat.
look at that. They're all mossed up too. Yeah.
But that's what I was saying with the Ford. Like this is a custom, and it's got all the
Deluxe.
like deluxe trim on it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it
I don't
does.
think Ford knew what they were doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
No, you're really trucking along on this. You must be having fun. Very cool build. Very interesting. I was looking forward to seeing it. So how's the front bumper going to fit? Have you played?
I don't know.
You saw Corey's truck, the
Yes.
Merc.
Yeah.
What if you built an old school bumper like that?
Oh, one of those tubular ones.
Well, his is kind of a square looking with tubes up, like old school looking. It might be pretty cool on this.
It might.
Especially leaving these hang on. It'd be easy to bolt it on because you're using flat plate.
Yeah. I mean, anything's a possibility. I just haven't got that far yet. So
It's actually amazing how well this fits together.
I wished I would. That side, I didn't know. I had to cut around this, and I kind of drew around it.
Yeah.
And this side squared off a little nicer, and I kind of.
You still have metal and a welder.
I know, but it would have been easier just to leave it in there in the first place.
You're right. But you know, look at what you're building. You're taking something that was all junk and making something cool that you can rip down the road in, and everyone's going to thumbs you up.
Well, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's just things that I should be able to see, you know, not to cut this out, but I still have the problem of cutting too much and then going, oh, shit, shouldn't have done that.
Am I allowed to say it? The farmer coming out in you?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, this is great. This is going to be a fun truck. Where's your other collection of trucks?
It's in the back.
Is the
The machine's back there.
what? Okay, let's go take a peek.
Yeah, we can look at that.
All right. Okay, so I don't know, 28 years ago, this car, I saw it, and I have always wanted one since. So This is Dave's cold storage. So give us a bit of a tour and a talk on what you have here.
So this one's a 70 Rebel machine, and Dad bought this in 75,
Okay.
and it's been around the farm ever since.
So how many machines were made?
A little over 2,000, I believe.
Yeah, and what's the story on this one? Like, been painted?
This was painted once.
Okay,
When Sonic Auto Body moved into the hat, they painted this.
okay, okay. And this is exact replica of the factory paint?
Yep, frost white with whatever blue they used,
Yeah,
and it was a Phoenix Autographics kit on it
okay,
for the striping.
okay. Hun, you got to come up and video over on this side. It's just beautiful. This is like... So, yeah, I get a look at the... And as well, I don't know if you can see it, but the sparkle and the reflective of these things. I don't know if it's visible on that, but anyway, and the hood on this is just amazing. So these were quite the car. Does it still have the original engine in it?
Yeah, the original powertrain's back in it.
Can I open the door?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah, they're just a ridiculously neat car. Beautiful shape. So you had this one down the track?
I did before it was painted.
Okay.
So 2003 was the last time I raced it.
With snot tires on it.
No, I had dirt track tires on the back,
Okay.
and I blew the differential out of it.
Oh, did you? I bet your dad was happy about that.
Well, I fixed it, so
Okay.
I didn't really care.
So did you get a good pass in?
I think it was doing low 14s at the time, which is about what the article said they would do.
Nice.
So
Nice.
if the guy driving it could shift better, it might have done a little
Yes.
better.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So, and then anyone that follows the channel, you would see this. We have a video on this Javelin. And it's just a sweet car. And then this old Ford truck. So you built it 8 years ago?
yeah.
Okay. And what's done to it?
So 4-linked, 9-inch in the back, Crown Vic subframe in the front. It started out with a blown flathead in it, but that didn't last long.
Okay, so what happened there?
I was too cheap. That's
Okay.
basically what it boiled down to.
So the farmer came out again.
It did. Well, I had the stuff.
Oh, yes.
So I had new pistons and stuff for it, but they were all stock,
Okay,
and it was not happy with boost.
okay.
So if I had spent a little money on it, it might have lived.
So do you still have the parts?
No, I sold all that stuff.
Okay,
So,
cool, because that's very cool, flathead with a blower.
well, I built the blower.
Oh, did you?
So I used a 371 Detroit blower,
Okay,
and I milled the top off of the factory aluminum intake.
yes.
And I welded a plate into it and bolted the blower in and made the snout and everything on it.
Okay,
So it had, so
nice,
it was different.
nice. So did you paint this one as well?
I did this one, yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Very cool.
So this now has a 454 in it.
Funny. Big block Chevy in this, huh? We have to cut that all out. No Chevys in the Fords, right?
So, and
Tell
then-
us your story about 454 Chevys.
Oh, how so?
Wow.
Oh, we just built a lot of irrigation pumps over the years and just have an abundance of big block Chevy stuff. So it just kind of gets put in everything.
In everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. What were you going to say there?
Well, this one, I've got that Volvo electric power steering and stuff.
Oh,
in it.
yes. Okay.
so-
Yeah. Yeah. That's quite a nice swap, isn't it?
It is. And everything hid behind the grill really nice on this one.
Okay.
Sorry, the lighting sucks. in here so bad.
No, it's all good. This is, I'm just happy that you're letting us take a peek.
So,
So
grill.
that's the Volvo swap power steering and your battery up here. That's a nice little spot for it. Cool.
So, and then I can't remember who makes that water pump, but I needed one that really tucked in.
Odometer, it says on it there.
Is that who makes that one? So,
Yeah, that's cool. It gives you more horsepower too, right?
oh, for sure. It's like flipping your air cleaner lid.
Yeah. This car truly is, like, I knew about you for years and years and years. I didn't even realize that you were here when I was here 28 years ago. But this car is kind of the one that really we kind of, I guess, started to get to know each other. So this went on the dyno, and you had the original Holley fuel injection,
Yes,
and it was garbage.
very much so.
Yes. And so what did we put on this one again? This is a,
I just got
a
an
Sniper?
Edelbrock on this.
Oh, an
Yeah.
Edelbrock carb.
No, the Sniper went on the Javelin.
Oh,
and,
okay.
and on Old Blue.
Yes.
But this
Yeah.
one here, I just put a carburetor back on it.
Okay. Is this your wife's car? Or is
She drives it.
Yeah.
That She claimed the Javelin.
Oh, okay. I would have too. Yeah. Yeah.
So
No, that's great. And then Old Blue.
yeah, no, you after you tuned it, it worked very well.
Yeah. No, it was a great truck. And what does it have in this one again?
A big block Chevy. Again.
Oh, a big block Chevy in the Ford.
I didn't do that. Well, I put the big block in it, but somebody else did the Chevy swap. So.
Okay. And you have lots of neat stuff. I love the old bikes and the old stuff all around, and your slant 6 generator here. What do you use this for? Backup generator?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a 225 slant 6, or?
I think that's whatever John Deere had in their swathers.
Perfect. So that's a nice looking big block. Yeah, I love the flame valve covers. Totally old school.
Well, and then remember it was dieseling all the time? That grommet on the brake booster was cracked and it was sucking air.
Oh, really?
I got rid of that. It quit dieseling.
Interesting.
So
Interesting.
And then it's got no vacuum, so I had no brakes. So I put a electric
Pump on
vacuum
it.
pump on it.
Perfect. Perfect. Nice. And an RPM air gap. That's my coveted intake that I want next, but I'll use the used junk. The farmer's coming out in me on everything.
That's for your
For the 69.
for your small block.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you have an intake for that, don't you?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, Dave, I really appreciate you showing us the junk pile over there and all of your cool stuff that you build, and
You're more than
you're
welcome.
super gifted at what you're doing, and I'm happy that you're sharing that with us all. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.